on the board. But the big story is Immortals finding 6. Something that maybe Faze shouldn't have allowed to happen, but it did. And now Faze have to deal with the consequences. Immortals have a huge chance back into this. And this pistol round is the perfect start.
It's not just the scoreboard necessarily. I mean, it's the mentality. You're suffocating Immortals in that first half, and now you've given them that renewed confidence. And I mean, on top of that, you add in some of the plays that Henny has made with the Deagle, with the AWP. This is a team that's now right back into it in a lot of different ways. And Faze, actually, look at this, fast pace towards the B bomb. So they're actually gonna hit this. That becomes the question. Yeah, here's the smoke over. Henny with the nade in his hand. He's blind. It comes out. How much damage? Decent. It's not bad. They've got FNX in the back. This is a 3-player stack for Immortals. And Faze might just get shut down. They haven't found an avenue in. There's Alu finally. Oh, and he gets 2. Kerrigan as well. Finally, they open it up, but the retake is here very early.
Lucas is en route as well. Alu can find nowhere safe towards Banana. Steel locking them in towards the side, but Lucas can't do the job towards that player, just sliding out towards CT, and now Steel's in trouble. He knows that Alu could be pressuring him. Takes the fight, can't hit the shot though. Alu just outdoing him here, but this is awkward as hell. Steel finally wins it, and it's a 2v2. They still have a kit as well, bearing in mind. Kyo's low, as is Kerrigan, and here we go. Kyo needs to slow it down, deny the hit. Lucas comes in, Kyo finds one, and it's just onto Steel, but they are so low, but he just can't find them. They bought time so well. Ring a rosies, and Steel, this does not feel good.
Oh, this is so uncomfortable for Steel. And Kiyoshima just knows he's won. He's out of bullets, but he still wins the round. Faze, if you're not hitting your shots, the answer is just to play smart and don't get killed, and they do exactly that. It's not pretty at all. Very, very dicey pistol round.
Kyo is putting on a show.
Yeah, he's having a very, very good game. Definitely not a problem.
No, certainly not. 10-6 now. Faze picking up the first in a very strange manner. Steel having a bit of a mare in that round. It just felt like the shots weren't going to land. It might just be a bit of an awkward moment for him, but hopefully he can just mentally reset. Just don't worry about that, get back into the game. But a big buy-up coming out from Faze, 3 UMPs, the 2 rifles, and, well, it's the nades to do the early work. And he going down. Bit of an issue here, but there's still 2 players on B, so FNX and Lucas, the job falls to you.
And actually, it's going to be FNX close up. So this could be a little bit of a bait and switch here. I doubt they expect the second player, but FNX has got to be aggressive. He can't just sit far back. He gets 1, and Nico's there to just turn the corner. I don't even know if he necessarily checked that. I think he just kind of saw the second player as he's killing the first. So that's convenient. Bomb is down, though. It is a 2-on-3, and interestingly enough, Alu is still very far away watching for a mid-push, so Faze is going to slow this down. They have plenty of time. They've just got to be cautious. As Bolts makes his play, and he finds 1. Nico gets his 3rd, but this is costly.
Yeah, bomb not planted yet. Still a little bit of a problem, but there's only 5 bullets now left. Look to the bottom right. He knows it as well now. Looking for another pistol, looking for anything maybe. I think there's a UMP behind him. There we go. So he's back into this one, but no kit. And still, Nico's not predicted this. And oh, great shot initially towards Alu, but he just suffers through. He gets the job done. 2 alive. They do lose out on, possibly no, they recover the other rifle as well. That's fine. So they're back in this one. Faze keep the money up, and that is what I mean about Kyo putting on a show. He knew what he'd done. Look at that.
I mean, yeah, that part's cool, but I think everyone's going to be a little bit depressed when they look back on that round.
Oh, yeah.
The end of it.
It's rough.
So a little bit more bought up. Important to note, Henny didn't, he bought a Deagle last round, but didn't invest everything. He's going to want that off quickly. We saw how much of an impact that had. He really struggled to get that in his hands in the first half, and once he did, that's when Immortals really started putting some more rounds on the board. That's kind of solved a lot of their issues in that T-half. So Henny wanted to get on that as quick as possible. The A-bomb side is already lost, and Rain trying to farm up some money. Could be tricky. Spots the toes of Steel. And now he should just fall back. 5 HP. There's not a whole lot of farming you can do after that, and he's just going to get taken down.
Yeah, okay. There's a rifle falling into the other team's hands now, but it's the sustain you get with the armor they just won't have. So, gets a little bit problematic here, but Lucas, hello, that was surgical. Kyo down. You've got Nico and Kerrigan to keep this one in check.
And I think they're just going to be happy to contain here. I mean, maybe send the pistols forward, but Lucas is definitely not going to risk that AK-47. Even just one more kill here is going to be huge. And there it is. And he finds it. They're actually going to go for this Nico. He's right around the smoke. And actually, he's found it out. So, got really sketchy. I didn't even expect it to get that close, and then there's Nico there just to hold everything down, the security policy that FaZe now has.
There was any question if Nico will perform on stage. I think we're getting a pretty solid answer so far. And the thing is, he hasn't had to be the one player doing it. Everyone else is playing well. Kio's had a nice performance so far, especially on that CT side. He was doing really well. So, again, good stuff from Nico, considering he's so fresh into this team. Just really assimilated himself well. FNX, you can say the same. He's having a good tournament, but not outstanding this game. But this is the buy you want to see. It's not ideal from Immortals, but it's the best they can do. FNX having to just accept the fact he's on the Mag 7. It does work pretty well here. Kio's going to find out, and that's not a way you want to start the round for FaZe. So back up. FNX buys time, buys that one-man advantage. And now FaZe looking to find a response. Yeah, free upgrade to a rifle as well for him. So nice play from FNX. And FaZe is left wondering how they're going to equalize this back into a 4-on-4. This is a little bit tough, blocked off by smokes at the moment, but those will start to run low for the Immortal side of things. Nico over towards the B bomb site. He was the defender, now he's the attacker. And Immortals with a big play towards mid. 3 players focusing on this, FNX, Bolts, and Steel. No aggression yet from FaZe. No, they still got enough to make the play with. And these are the sort of wall bangs you're starting to see, so Bolts can't sit comfortably behind the pillars. And that could allow players to play out from mid, so Alu maybe be able to get a peek towards Diggity. We'll see if that actually happens at the end. 45 seconds. First flash comes in. Bolt's still there, and FNX in support. That's the important factor. Crossfire denies any play towards A. But look at Nico. Hard to keep your eyes away from this man when he's on form. Henny, not going to fall for it though. Nicely done from Henny, going to hold down the angle, and this seems incredibly solid from Immortals. They know they've got a long road ahead of them, and Kerrigan, there's too much to handle, and Immortals will get one on the board. Yeah, nothing works on the other side of the map, so it's essentially just falls onto Nico, playing his own over towards Banana, and they're just saying you have to find some kind of a duel. Unfortunately, it's a very, very small angle that's very difficult to look for if you're Nico entering into the B, and Henny, with one of the fastest firing speeds on the AWP we have in the professional scene, he's going to win that more often than not. So 12-7, Immortals trying to make a bit of a comeback. FaZe buying what they can into this round. This is some of that damage that was done in the previous rounds by Immortals. What? What was that molly? It's just a B rush. Yeah, the molly goes flying off somewhere. I think it was just aborted because they heard the steps coming in. And now, Henny, what can you do? I think that's a tag coming in, but he will follow up with the frag. Lovely play as well, playing in Lucas. These two are just saying a big, fat no. Goodbye this round, FaZe. You don't get a step towards B. Yeah, Rain got blind. It was just jumping into the wall, which is a little bit unfortunate. So Henny gets 2 shots to take him down. But yeah, that's tough. FaZe calling the B-rush, trying to catch him a little bit off guard. It just doesn't work out. So it's a shooting gallery for this AWP. And this is now 2 rounds that Henny and Lucas have played these same positions on the same side of the bomb site. That's actually really nice. Yeah. Henny now, he's going to be feeling some of the confidence that Alu had in the first half, peering down mid. And there's the shot, adjusts well. Nico trying just to shoulder peek it, but he gets taken out. We might actually have a match on our hands here. Moses, I'm hoping this keeps up this way. I want to see Immortals bring themselves back into this game. You can see they've been almost teased with the chance of it. Still, they'll just push down mid. That's pretty nice. Now they can isolate where the rest of the players are. They'll know it's got to be towards apps. Bolts are well aware of this, and they're not letting this one slip yet. Bolts, that's a bit dangerous. Just grenade in hand, peeking out brazenly towards apps, but he's got support. Steel's going to just run in as well. Why not? It might go wrong if you don't expect a player like Alu here, but they've got the bomb, and now Keo does at least put up a fight. Oh my word, Keo, that's a nice shot. Now, Bolts and FNX, they're a little low, so this becomes, all right, guys, we need to lock this down. Yeah, look like Immortals is close to making the same mistake that FaZe did in the first half. I mean, I don't think they can lose this, but oh, another kill. All of a sudden, this is a 1-on-2. There's 1 minute left, and he's got the bomb as well. If there's just one fortunate piece of timing for Kiyoshima, this all of a sudden is very, very doable for him. He's got no armor. That's one thing he's got to worry about. But on top of everything, this is just expensive. Both teams on these anti-ecos getting very aggressive and being punished for it. Keo could absolutely raise the roof here. He spent so long in these halls just looking for someone, just looking for more aggression that I think he's kind of run out of time to make anything really happen.
it's going to be very, very difficult for him to find these two players. Obviously, because he hasn't had any information in so long, he just kind of has to gamble and guess where they might be, and he doesn't have much time to do it.
Well, he knows now. FNX is low, but he's got 10 seconds to make the play, and that's not a lot of time unless the shot comes in quickly. 7 seconds, bomb's going to go down. He's going to stick it as well. Okay, bomb now planted. All right. FNX, Lucas, what do you have in store? He knows where one is, the second's the problem. Where will he be? Keo! This could be it. He could do the ace here. No armor. He has nothing. He only picked up the rifle. And oh, Lucas saves the day for Immortals. That could have been a disaster.
What a heartbreaking way to lose that round for Kiyoshima. The work he does. Oh, and that's even a cool trick. Kiyoshima in that 1-on-3 threw the AWP out the window into alt mid. So Lucas goes to look for it when Henny tells him where he dies. He's not going to find it. Heartbreaking to lose that after all that work, just getting spammed through the corner. Nicely done from Lucas, but all the economic damage and almost pulling it back. That's going to put Immortals on notice. And actually, that's a big play. Even that you lose at Faze, that's a big morale boost for them.
If one man can do that, and it's Keo out of everyone, you know, you look at the superstars, you look for like, oh, it's going to be Rain or Nico, or maybe Alu as well, you know, on the AWP, but no. It's going to be Keo doing some work here. So, we'll see if that kind of continues into the rest of this game. But Alu looking for anyone to peek down mid, but no one really has been making much play. We haven't seen too many aggressive plays from Henny coming out just yet, at least to the, I guess, standard of what we saw from Alu, which got punished eventually. But FNX has to be careful. We know that these wallbangs do exist, and they hurt, and they are just going past his head.
No real control quite yet. You can see Faze, the idea, they want to push up, they want to kind of suffocate this A-bomb site. Steel on one side, bolts on the other, smokes being lined up from the Faze guys, counter flash from Steel as well. And FNX in the site. So the fact that there's no pit defense could help out a lot if this is a set execute. Flashbang up, and at the moment they're just content to draw out some utility. No rotations from Immortal from the B bomb site. This is going to be a heavy play out towards Halls, and because there's no pit player, this has a chance of success. Yeah. This is doable.
Yeah, FNX could hinder this with this molly, but the smoke goes down already. Really nicely timed. That can no longer stop this, and there we go. 3 players now in towards pit. Bolts is trying to stay alive in between the mayhem. Carrigan, Keo, Rain, all looking to do any sort of work here, and there you go. Trade out eventually, but FNX still alive. Can't do enough. Carrigan finds a way back in. Now, Carrigan has the bomb, and those deep smokes towards this side, towards that mini pit area, have allowed them to play out to get that plant and still isolate that bomb site with 2 players who were there initially. Just
seems like a technical win just based off the strat calls. The setup that Immortals had isn't geared up to defend against that many people coming out Halls. Nico in alt mid, he's supposed to be watching the flank, but he's not going to catch it. Alu, though, he's here holding it, and he misses a shot. So ability for the retake, but Nico is coming around like a shark. He's waiting, biding his time, and Henny's going to have no idea. Neither is Lucas. There's the 1 kill. There's the... Oh, no, it's not. Lucas turns in time, and he gets another one. Lucas has been a hero so far. The Molotov's going to slow things down, but they can't do it. They've run out of time. Lucas almost pulls it back, but Alu with the Molotov. Faze stay alive in this round, and they win it 13-9.
These rounds are absolutely insane. Both teams stepping up to such a huge platform here. You got to feel a couple of these rounds have been, I wouldn't say unlucky for Immortals. Faze have worked hard, but there's been moments where it's like, a second away, a couple of moments there or here could have changed everything. But at the end of the day, it's the small things, it's the small factors that define these games. And so far, Faze have locked them down. Still, not seeing one up early towards mid. Got to be careful. There are a couple of players there. Henny doesn't want to burn alive, so will back away. He's about one of the only people who can wall bang through that wall, so needs to be careful. Alu can do the same on the other side, of course. So, at the moment, Faze not seeming too worried just yet.
Huge round for both teams. I mean, both economies are on that kind of breaking point, very, very close to it. So, whoever wins this, I mean, it'll be whether Immortals will have a good chance at making a comeback into it, or Faze maybe just being able to run away with it. I think if Faze wins this, Immortals just has to buy every single round, whatever they can, and it's going to be rough. So big, big stand for the defense coming up if they can make it happen. Rain isolating, bolts off with that smoke. So Steel's feeling a little bit of pressure with his teammate having no vision, and he just falls back deeper into Rap side by Library.
I really like what Rain's doing by making it uncomfortable to sit anywhere towards quad or anywhere around here, but we're going to see if they can actually make their way out again. This is the same piece of work. They're the deep smokes towards kind of, I guess, arch side, so they sit just in front by mini pit around that sort of area, and then they play out and they have to clear pit. This is the difference, so FNX is here this time. Last time he wasn't, and you can see the damage he's able to cause. Steel as well. They don't get away with it this time. Faze, they've learned from what you've done, Immortals, and now looking to follow it up. Can't close down towards Nico, but good damage dealt.
Yeah, that time, I mean, you can see just one player in pit, how much more difficult that gets. They jump out towards lane side, they jump out towards Diggity and get out one kill, eventually overtaking it. Nico is very, very low. Alu's going to have to do some work. The big question is Henny. He's the X factor for this retake. The bomb timer slowly ticking away. Only Lucas has the kit, and they're separated. So if Lucas falls, there's no chance for Henny to recover the kit in time.
Now Alu's starting to walk around in towards App, so it is around the world. Nico finds it. That's the kit now lost. Henny, this is looking impossible, especially with Alu behind you. Happy to pick that one up, and the pause has been called. Yeah,
advantage, strong advantage to Faze now with that win. Immortals is going to be on a very, very... Actually, they're going to have an okay buy. Steel has plenty of money. Lucas can get a good gun, but the other three should be stuck on something like upgraded pistols. But we've seen how much work they've done with that team, or with Immortals in this match. But I mean, Nico there in the site, low HP and just executes Lucas. Just very, very quick kill. And that's even the one thing with that tactic. Even if you have that player in pit, I mean, FNX lived long enough to make it worthwhile. But even if he dies there, you have two players in the lane next to it, and that's when they get crunched as well. So these kind of defenses that Immortals have had in the A bomb site are very much susceptible. There's a lot of points of collapse that as soon as one player falls, it gets so weakened.
No, I think we're seeing that. And this was the round where... God, that barrel is incredibly strong. But still, we are back into this. Immortals, their money, we're going to be well aware that their money's going to be low. Nice connection early on there, but a kill would have been far greater for Henny. He's going to have to just accept it, back away, because look at the rest of their team. I guess for him, staying alive, staying integral to this round is imperative.
Definitely would have loved to kill there, considering that's one of the few weapons they have. That and the M4 on Lucas. Interestingly enough, both at the B bomb site. So just saying, you know, if you come B, we have a good chance of winning this. But if not, the A defense is going to be severely weakened. Faze at the moment, though, fortunately, this isn't the round. They seem like they commit to one of the sides of this map pretty early on. They know the op was here earlier, so it is a little bit interesting seeing them go right at it. How are they going to make Henny feel uncomfortable? How are they going to apply pressure? They've got nades, they've got Molotov, flashbangs as well. We've seen Henny be effective with the op in this bomb site in the past, so this is going to be a challenge.
Henny, it's a matter of timing now. I'm going to see the smokes. What do they have for his spot? It's a flash and it's enough. That's more than you need to do it. And Rain just barreling forward. Lucas now surrounded on all fronts. He can only do so much, and one kill is all you're going to get here. And this is a very well-constructed hit so far from Faze. And sadly for Immortals, simply don't have enough to be able to stop it.
Yeah, I mean, that flashbang comes out so late. I actually thought that, and maybe Henny did too. Ooh, that's nice from Steel. Brought it into a 3-on-3. Alu's there for the punish, though. And they've got to go for this. They've got to try and make it work, and so far, it's okay. They have no kits, 2 CZs, though, and too much of an advantage for Nico in this fight. And Bolts with 15 HP. I think the danger has subsided. He's going to smoke it off. He's got to pray for a 10-second defuse with 4 HP.
No.
So far, he's doing it. This can't happen.
No.
4, 3. Is he going to do this? Oh, thank God. That was so scary.
That's ridiculous. Okay. Let's take a breath. Let's just bring it back. It's okay. Faze. Let's take stock of this. They are on 15 rounds. And Keo has bought a sort of shotgun. I love that on the T side. Just fly out apps. Why not? Just embrace the spirit of JW, even though he's no longer in the tournament.
It's only effective if it's the Kraken skin.
That's very true. It's not.
It's not.
Can someone please help out Keo here and, you know, hook him up? But At the moment, we'll see what he can do with it. It's hilarious to see him with this, but I guess, in a way, he couldn't afford much more.
I mean, the thought process of using this shotgun as well, going into halls as a terrorist, I mean, this is where sometimes you'll see a player from the CT side, especially on these kind of force buys.
Yep.
That's where maybe they get aggressive with a shotgun, or CZ just trying to find that one kill where they can salvage a rifle. So holding up the close angles with the sawed-off, designed exactly to punish that kind of a push.
Yeah, I'm not against it. Absolutely not. Especially when the rest of the Faze are perfectly fine. They have everything they want as well, so they can just build into this how they please to, how they intend to. But the thing is that we finally see a little bit, no, it's not the boost anyway, you can jump up there yourself on the first boxes. So Henny's up there. A little bit of a flash comes over, but Faze just walking in. Look at Rain, straight out. He's not messing around, and the timing is a disaster for Immortals. Rain is straight there. 3 players now encroaching. The bomb's not even with them, but they've had just marvelous work already towards this site, and this looks like this might be all she wrote for map 1.
Yeah, Kerrigan coming back with the bomb. He's just going to drop it in, make sure he can watch the flank. Kerrigan had cut off 1 rotation. It's a 2-on-4. Again, no kits, though. Immortals, they've just been starved of any utility. And here comes the sawed-off. Flashbang over. Keo turns, and it's going to be put to use, but he doesn't get the kill. But bolts, I mean, you got to run through fire. You got to run through flashbangs, eating everything, and you've just got to go for it. But Alu's going to end it. Faze. They hold strong despite maybe a mistake in the first half, but the second half is